There will be good days, there will be bad days, there will be days where you would jump out of the window.
Nevio Buric, the visionary behind Daydream and a leader shaping the future of digital edutainment, on a mission to transform the way families and children interact with technology.
He's driven Daydream to a remarkable $7.7 million valuation, earning features in Forbes and recognition from incubators across Europe.
Parents are chameleons.
Exactly.
Can you explain to the audience what was the idea of that name?
I think that the new generation of parents is living a very fast pace, and we need to adapt so quick and so often.
What inspired you to do this?
Natali, Rade,
a fun and lively content creator holding the biggest TikTok community in the Balkans. She keeps it real with her hilarious takes on motherhood. Through everyday moments, she reminds women and moms to own their uniqueness beyond just being parents.
With over 11 million people tuning in across her platforms, she's all about motivating moms to be themselves and live life to the fullest.
I'm on a mission currently, personally, to find ways how technology can help parents and kids. One of my biggest goals and the main mission I have is how can we as parents find healthy alternatives for screen time, for entertainment, and get rid of passive consumption, which for me 90% is video production and video consume of kids. How do you see the boundaries at your home? How often are you flexible and make excuses? And
Yes, very often.
Hi everyone, welcome to Parents Are Chameleons, your new show and podcast for everyone who's interested to find out hacks and any kind of methods how to survive with kids and how to move on through this very dynamic world of parents. And everything that we do is from parents, for parents. Natali and I, Nevio, we are the hosts of the entire show. There will be two different streams, just to explain it quickly to you. Parents Are Chameleons International and the Parents Are Chameleons Adria version. We will talk about this in a minute. So just to kick off very quickly, I will be your host for the international version, so in English with international guests. Personally, I'm a dad to 3 kids, working in the tech industry, currently also building applications for families and children, which we will also talk about later. But now I also would like to give my friendly, cute colleague here the space to introduce herself.
Hi everyone, my name is Natali and I am content creator. And I am also known as a mama drama, but I'm not very much drama. And also I will be your host in Parents Are Chameleons Adria.
So this is the first episode of this podcast. And as you can imagine, there is a lot of things in production and we have a lot of great stuff that we want to share. And of course, this is the kickoff session. So the main idea for Natali and me today is just to give you a first taste of what you can expect. What will be the people that will join the entire show, but also what is maybe the content. So what is the information? What is in for you? And so stay tuned. We will share it very soon. Also, Parents Are Chameleons is a very simple way for us to communicate as parents with other parents and to share that we all know that there are good days and bad days, and we all need to navigate somehow through this chaos of emotions, because there are days where we hate everything, but also days where we just have to honestly say everything what we do has a value and we love these children.
So, parents are chameleons.
Exactly.
What can you explain to the audience? What was the idea of that name?
Very good question. There are different aspects that we need to talk about here. So first of all, one of the sponsors of this podcast is Tales of Melon, an application that we are also supporting, but and then the main character of the application is a chameleon. So this was one of the reasons. On the other side, I was just thinking about ourselves. So you as a mom, I as a dad, and all the other people that we know so far that have children, we are facing so many different challenges and days and situations in our lives. And just not just directly with kids, also with our private stuff going on. If it's the business, it's whatever. And I think that the new generation of parents is living a very fast pace, and we need to adapt so quick and so often. I don't know how frequently in a year even, to new situations. And somehow I think a chameleon is exactly the same. So if you throw a chameleon somewhere, it will adapt to the environment, at least from a visual point of view. And I said, okay, parents are somehow like chameleons. I mean, an octopus can do the same, but an octopus is an ugly animal, so a chameleon is more cute. That's the idea behind it. And so, does it make sense? I think so.
So, Nevio, tell me something about audience and guests. What do we expect?
From an audience point of view, I would say everyone who really cares about children, kids, health of children, anything that is relevant, also about the responsibility as a parent and things about life hacks. But I also think our audience will also, if I could categorize it, of course, it will be moms, it will be dads, all variants of moms and dads. I mean, look, it's a diverse world. So I also think we have a lot of single moms out there. We have a lot of single dads out there. People that maybe are in a difficult situation with their relationship or with the kids and everything. But also anyone who's from, let's call it the ecosystem around mom, dad, the kids. So teachers, educators, mentors. Let's keep it simple. For everyone who loves skill. So that will be my answer. And from a guest point of view, we are trying also to reflect exactly the audience. So I think both of us are super interested to really talk to real people. So to the most normal person, the most real mom, the most real dad, and to get their feedback and some kind of their insights into their lives. But of course, we will also have international guests that are experts for educational, pedagogic, or come from the child publishing industry or whatever. So it will be a big, diverse portfolio of profiles, so that I think everyone will find someone or something that is connecting him with what we do here. So, yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. And now I would like to know what inspired you to do this.
Yeah, so inspiration is a very heavy word, and there is a lot of inspiration, and I think that my inspiration, similar to you, I mean, you and I, we are both the hosts of this podcast, is definitely the fact that we are parents, and we are focusing on somehow to connect these all of these topics with as many people as possible. So that's the first thing. The second thing is definitely, I'm on a mission currently, personally, to find ways how technology can help parents and kids. And one of my biggest goals and the main mission that I have is how can we as parents find healthy alternatives for screen time, for entertainment, and get rid of passive consumption, which for me, 90% is video production and video consume of kids. And so we will also talk a lot about technologies and new methods and how these can be adapted to the family lifestyle. So this together, I would say, is the inspiration and the mission. But for both of us, I think we will just have the two different channels in two different languages, but it will be the same for both of us. So yeah, that's it.
Very nice, because I think it's very hard to run away from technology. So I'm very happy because you did this. Because also my daughter is using a phone, and I don't know, I can't say I don't like it, but I am the one that gives her a phone.
Exactly.
But if I have something smarter than YouTube, shorts, reels, or something, it would be very. I mean, I have it. I have a notification, and I really like it.
Thanks a lot. And I think that there are outside in the world currently millions of families that are in a similar situation, and we all know about the medical studies and the facts, how things are currently developing, especially for young minds, when it comes to massive video consumption. So we need to change something, and I definitely think we as parents, it's our duty to do something, or at least to communicate about it, so that we share the message and share the inspiration, so that other people also find their way to these kind of movements and many, many other topics. So that's it so far. Now we have a couple of questions that we wanted also to spotlight, because I think there is a lot that we can share. Natali, as you also know, every parent's journey as a parent is unique. And can you tell us a bit about your experience, this beautiful mom becoming a mom, and how it has changed the person who you are today to maybe the person who you've been before you became mom? So what was the experience? What is this unique moment? How was it for you?
Yes, well, when I became a mom, my life just turned like for 180 degrees, and we are not ready for that. We're just like, it's like someone throws you in a fire, and that's it. So it was, yeah. But I never say that it's hard, because nothing is hard for me. I just enjoy in my life, and I just fight with all these problems.
Yeah, exactly.
And also, when I became a mom, it just became a part of me, and that's it. And I enjoyed every moment of my daughter's life. And also, someone says, "Oh, the time is flying." It's not flying. It's not flying if you enjoy in the moment. And if you're not, if you're just telling how hard it is, then it will go like this.
Yeah.
4 years, oh my gosh, she's so big. But it's not like that for me. It's really, I don't know, I have a feeling like I'm a mom for, 20 years already, and not just 4.
It's interesting. I just had a conversation about this also today. And I'm just curious to hear your point of view to this, because this is something that perfectly fits to what you have said now. What do you think is maybe the reason for modern parents nowadays to face all these challenges that they have? I heard a lot of people saying, I feel overwhelmed. It's so hard to be a mom and dad or parents together. What do you think is the reason for it? Is it are the kids different maybe, or have we just too crazy expectations to life, and are we too quick? What do you think?
I think it's we are all different. So for someone it's hard, for someone it's not. It's all about organization, I think. So I don't know. It's for me it's okay if you are hard with this. It's okay, because you can't do it better. We are just doing it the best that we can.
Yeah,
and that's
good.
Yes.
Is there anything where you say, maybe from other moms that you know, that there is something that you have recognized, some kind of pattern where you say this is maybe something that we have in general across moms and dads that should maybe change?
I don't know. Things that I heard is like, I'm tired, I don't sleep, and
oh my God,
I don't have time.
Not sleeping is a general topic, I think.
Yes, but I don't have problem with that. I didn't have that from the beginning. I didn't have that problem.
No, lucky you.
But my daughter was like, she was awake like all nights, but I don't know. It was okay for me.
I think that's also, everyone is different physically.
Yeah.
Because I think that I looked like a panda the other time. So I was really, oh my God, I'm like a raccoon. So was very hard time. Yeah, but as you mentioned, a lot of people are also saying that they are feeling overwhelmed. And also what I think very often happens is that people lose themselves.
Yes.
So they forget to also prioritize themselves.
Because when you become a mom or a dad, we, for like moms, they like to say, my whole world is my child. And that's it. They forget about themselves. But if you are not good, if you are not okay as a mom, your child can't be good too. That's definitely. So you have to be happy first. Like, you have to be happy. And I know it's like, when you try to do something for yourself, you feel guilty. And that's okay. That's okay, because we are parents, and it's okay. You feel guilty, but you are not doing anything wrong.
The question would now just be if prioritizing yourself is a good thing, and I agree with you. So moms and dads should definitely also always keep a bit of priority on themselves, feel good, because it's a direct energy stream that we are connecting to the kids.
Yes.
So, and they will get this. But is there also, I don't know, a level of over prioritization? So can you prioritize too much on yourself? And how do you recognize this?
Yes, I think you can.
Okay.
For example, grandparents, sometimes maybe some parents are overusing them. Say it like that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. Grandparents, they love their grandchildren. As they would be with them like 24 hours a day. But we are the one that need to spend time with our kids, like the most of the time. Grandparents are okay if you need to go somewhere for an hour and two. But and then what happens? Some of parents they use them too much, and grandparents they don't know to say no.
In most cases, but you're also very lucky if you have them.
Yes, of course, but not. We have to have some limits, because it's our children.
I would say this grandparenting is a luxury thing at the moment. For especially, I think here in Croatia, so South Europe in general, where families are still close to each other. So as you know, I come from Germany, and the thing that I see, for example, there is that many people very young after university or for university already move out of the city because you need to go, I don't know, from Hamburg to Munich, Berlin. I mean, there's so many options. And then you're living hundreds of kilometers away from your parents. And in most cases, the university is there where it is because the industry is where it is. So most people after university then also stay in the cities to work there. And which means these people then start career, get married, get another partner, whatever, get kids, so become parents. And then what I see more and more often is that so many kids nowadays are born into families with both parents in full-time jobs. And so if both parents are still there, I mean, this is also a thing, every second marriage in Germany is getting divorced, so this is a fact.
Racials.
Yeah, I mean, worldwide, I think this is a thing. And then the other thing is, and very often then there is not even the second circle around these family, which are grandparents and friends and family members, because you are not in this family surrounding. And I really think that this is also one of the big challenges of the new generation, because we all moved around and moved in other countries, and we are so agile, and that this could be very challenging. So in general, this is just a statement to this. When we talk about grandparents, there is one thing that comes to my mind as well. I very often recognize when I think back to my childhood, and I remember my parents and I remember my grandparents, how different they've been.
Yes.
And
I think today they are more lazy.
parents,
No, grandparents and parents. But grandparents, I really think not all the cases, but I think they are lazy today because they also want to use modern technology. They have social medias, and they also give phones to the kids, not for everyone. But I think they are, I don't know, I remember that my grandparents, they really loved me. And we were just playing, and it was different. It was different. Today, I think you can't feel that warmness.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
That was a different
but
level of energy.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about my mom because she's with you.
I love my mom as well. That's true. But if I really also think about my grandparents, they had a different level of energy. So they jumped around. They always have been active. But I also think because they are from a generation that was just used to be active. Yeah. There was not the option to just, I don't know, consume media or whatever. It was an active generation. And this is what they've been for us, active grandparents. And that's something when I now think, what will we be as grandparents for our kids? So tricky deep questions.
Yeah.
Exactly. Because think about now in 20 years, your daughter comes to you and brings you her kids. And you have to stay the weekend at home to be with your grandchild. How will we be as parents if our level of patience is already at this point as parents directly? So I think there are hundreds of questions that we could ask ourselves, but a lot of them we can keep also for the podcast itself and for all our events. What you also said with the grandparents, what I really liked is, and that's something that I also recognize, and it's something that I also see if I'm just outside. Go on a vacation in summer. It doesn't matter if you go to, I don't know, Italy, Spain, or whatever. You will very often see, I mean, this is a trend, I think, at the moment, that parents, so people that get a kid, take their parents to the vacation so that they have a babysitter, more or less, on vacation. So this is really, I see this on social media, super trending right now. And if you go to summer locations, it doesn't matter, Spain, Italy, Croatia, or whatever, Miami, I don't know where the audience is coming from, Thailand. The interesting thing is when you see these kind of grandparents, people with their grandchildren in a holiday, that really very often they also are super open to, okay, here you have a screen. Here you can do something in a restaurant or in the hotel, wherever. So screen time in general, how do you think about screen time right now? So do you think screen time is a problem, or is it more about what happens within the screen time?
Well, in my case, it's not a problem. Maybe it would be if I didn't put the boundaries, you know. But it's not a problem because my child, my daughter, she learned, for example, English. She will be now 4 years old, and she knows English like better than me. Yeah, and but I think it depends on child's intelligence. I think it's very important. I know some kids that are all the time on the phones, and when you take it away from them, they start to panic.
Yeah.
So that
Aggressive.
Yeah, that's not good. It's not good. But for example, my daughter also sometimes she was, I can say 4 hours, 5 hours when I worked. She was like watching cartoons, 5 hours. I can say that because I just didn't know how should I work. I had to earn some money. She was at home, and no, she didn't go there. She just started last year.
Oh, okay.
And I was alone, okay, with my mom, but also I need to earn money.
You need to balance your life.
That was the only reason.
And you're not alone. I mean, we're talking about millions.
Yeah.
Single out.
Yeah. So maybe I have lucky because she is intelligent. Sometimes I ask her, what are you watching? I'm not like checking all the time. Maybe I should. But I know she is watching, I don't know, YouTube. And I see something like, I don't know, screaming. And I say, what are you watching? And she's like, oh, it's just a fake. You know, she understands that it is like scary, but she knows it's a fake.
That's interesting. She's super young. She's 4, right?
Yes, she will be 4 now. So she knows what is good and what is not good.
Yeah.
You know, so I can say I'm very lucky because she's like that. But also, she's looking at me and what I do in my life. So also she knows to do push-ups, you know.
Yeah, she's trying to reflect you.
Yes. And I think I didn't want to do like, no, you can't have that phone at all. Because she would come somewhere and then she would take it from someone else.
Yeah, exactly.
So I try to be like gentle, but also I need to put boundaries sometimes.
But I mean, boundaries is also a flexible word. We have boundaries between Austria and Germany where you can just drive by.
Yeah.
And we have boundaries like North Korea, South Korea, where you should not just drive by. So
yes.
How do you see the boundaries at your home? How often are you flexible and make excuses? And
yes, very often. Yes, but so when she started to go in a kindergarten, she was 3 years old. I saw that she changed. So now, or when I give her a phone, for example, but now it's only for like 15 minutes or half an hour if I have to do something, because I can do all my job when she's in kindergarten. When I give her a phone, she's like using it for, I don't know, half an hour. And then she says, okay, mom, let's go play now. You know, it's different. It's not.
So there is something like she has already some like her own satisfaction level where she goes, okay, that was enough fun for me. Now I want to do something real.
Yeah. So if I would have forbidden her a phone, I think it would be the opposite. I don't know.
Yeah, like always, everything that is forbidden is somehow attracting people.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes.
Like the apple in Eden. What was the name? Eden's Garden? No.
Yeah.
Garden Eden.
No.
The apple in the Garden Eden. So the forbidden thing. Yeah. And that's attracting people.
Yeah. Yes.
Saying no, their brain says
yes. Yeah. So I kind of let her go. Like, let me see what it should do. It turned out good.
Yeah, which is good. Because I tried something else. So for us at the home, we really said, okay, no, there are clear, let's call it time windows that we activate that can be used for screen time and television or whatever. In most cases, just because we had other things to do, similar like you.
Yes. But now, like, if you have something, I think it's okay if you have really something to do that is useful.
Yeah.
But if you will take your phone and scroll,
all day.
all leave me alone, it's not okay.
Exactly.
It's
And
okay.
that's what I recognize with my kids. I think all kids are different. You have a lot of kids that can maybe somehow manage their own consumption, but most, I think, will not be able to do. So I recognize this at home with my kids. So when even if it was 30 minutes, and we keep these 30 minutes, so not more than 30 minutes a day, we have to make laundry, we need to make dinner or whatever. Well, I'm going to do the supermarket while my wife is doing the laundry. And then you have the crazy connection, because what will happen now in these 30 minutes with them? And you give them 30 minutes and then you unplug them. So finito, no television, let's go to dinner. And then you have this no panic craziness. And that's something what you said. So I think there are so many different kids and different aspects of how they can manage screen time and what they consume. And that was the reason why I back then said, okay, we need somehow to think about other things, other alternatives. So that we can still say, okay, this is screen time, but it needs somehow to calm them down. It can entertain them, but still on a way that is not filling their brains with dopamine and making them addicted so that I need to watch 2,000 more of these shorts. No, it needs to calm them down. And somehow it also, and this was my initial thing, I would love that kids find a way to not just consume, but also get back into this interaction, human-like interaction. I mean, it's technology, but still, if there is a possibility that there is interaction, how crazy will this be?
Yeah.
It's like a Siri.
Yes, so they can become like real actors.
Yeah. Actors are just to be able to communicate with the technology, So imagine how cool would it be if a kid can read a book, and if there is something that the kid is not understanding in a normal world, the kid would then take you as a mom and say, hey, mama, what is this? Or hey, dad, or hey, granny, grandpa. But this is not the new world. Then we need to be super honest here.
Yeah.
These kids are very alone. There are many, many single kid households also. So there is not even a sibling.
Yeah.
And I mean, I had siblings. Now my kids have siblings. That's a different thing. But the most family outside there, it's a one child household.
Yeah.
And then you have both parents in jobs. There are maybe not grandparents anymore around you. So these kids may need to also feel very alone. And then I think instead of just offering passive consumption, if we with technology can create some kind of communication, interaction, how cool would this be? So that they can ask at least the technology, hey, what is this? Can you explain me this? And the technology can interact with you. So this is the technology world that I would love to see in a couple of years for kids. Imaginary friends.
Yeah.
I mean, we know this maybe. Well, people back then, where we always thought you have an imaginary friend on your shoulder or somewhere that you talk with. So, but this imaginary friend concept in existent, just with technology. Yes, and I also think that the last 20 years or 30 years, consumption was always built on we are watching something from someone, and this someone is becoming an idol to us.
Yeah.
It can be superheroes, it can be superstars, influencers nowadays. Yeah. But why are we not giving them maybe also the opportunity to become their own stars? Or to become the heroes of their own stories or something like this.
No.
To be dark honest.
No.
Go feedback on systematic.
Okay, Nevio. So I have one more question for you. What was this one parenting advice that stuck with you?
I think now 8 years, I'm 8 years of that. There have been so many advices that I got from so many different people. And one thing that I can definitely say, you should just forget 99% of them, because you should just focus on your own advices and make your own learnings. But and this is even something that just happened a couple of days ago. I met an older lady. She's also a business lady. So she has her own company, generations, employs, I don't know how many people. And she was a single mom. So she also had to raise 2 kids, and she had a company with more than 100 people, which is wild, crazy. And what I really loved when she was talking about parenting and differences of being a mom and a business owner with so much responsibility was that she says, it doesn't matter what I do, and it doesn't matter what I wanted to do for myself, but also with my kids. Always focus on doing it with as much love as possible. And what I also really loved is that she was talking a lot about religion and something like believing in something higher. And I don't know. So like she was so much into this love and God thing, and I hadn't heard this a long time. So I don't know when I really met someone who really said this, but it really sounded like he means it like this. For me, these are people that still have a connection to their roots. And this is maybe something that our generation is also losing more and more.
Yes, and in the emotions.
Yeah.
It's a child can feel our emotions.
Yeah.
For example, when I'm mad, my daughter is also mad. And it's like, it's not good. It's not good.
Exactly.
And when I calm down, like she's just like holding me, oh, I love you, mom. You know, she feels it. Even if I didn't say anything, they feel emotion.
Yeah, but that's the interesting thing. And especially I think religion is a thing that we have also lost
Yes.
more and more. But one thing that if you talk more and more with these people from different religions, and I don't think about crazy things, but the normal people from religious direction from everywhere in the world, there is one thing that all religions in the world have in common, and this is the focus on forgiveness, on love, on doing good and being good to others. And this is something, if someone like this lady, if she really lives this life, these kind of religious things, then she somehow, it's something like she has installed in herself, you need to focus on forgiveness, you need to focus on good, on love. And this maybe gives her some kind of inner balance on a completely different level that we have it.
Yeah.
And so she can completely different react on stressful situations on business and stressful situations in private life, on a divorce, on children, and all these kind of things. And this advice, this was on a presentation, and she was on stage and talking about this. This was something that really hooked me very deep in the last couple of weeks. And that's something where I said, okay, maybe I should also try to find myself also back into this traditional old stuff, because maybe it was not so bad as we think.
Yeah, I'm always saying like, I want to be good person. If you are bad to me, I don't care. I will be good because I think it's good.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. It can be bad. Just can.
I totally agree. I mean, there are different other quotes that say you can fire with fire, but
Yeah.
I don't.
But people always say, you have to be rough. I don't want to do that. It's not me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And especially because I mean that's something that you also can't do with children.
Yeah.
Children will be there so young, they will not understand emotions and complexities that we have. So they will very often react in a way that is disrespectful or maybe painful. It will hurt us, what they will say. And also in these moments, you need to have these inner thing to just say, okay, forget it. Maybe go down, talk to him differently.
Yes.
And I have to be super honest, I'm not that good in this. I am also someone that can really also get angry and say, okay, this was not good, and I really don't like this.
But you don't get anything with that.
Exactly. In worst case, you just get something like an additional barrier
Yeah.
and a pushback.
Yes.
So this is the end of the first episode of this podcast today. We will come up with new episodes bi-weekly. And as mentioned, or as you saw, this was recorded now in person. Going on in future, we will do a lot of these stuff remotely because our guest list is very international from different spaces, and it will be hard to fly everyone in. Also, it's maybe not the most sustainable way to produce a podcast, to fly everyone across the world to just produce the episodes. So we will do a lot of these things remotely. So just for you to know, expect the best minds, the best tips, the best stories, insights waiting for you. Stay tuned. Subscribe to the podcast and watch Natali and me have a lot of fun with parents and the ecosystem of parents.